It's December 1st. I'm at a bookshop. I'm in a Christmas sweater. I got my coffee. Let's go find some books on a discount. So I ended up actually not getting anything. There are a couple books that I want to almost add to my library TBR. There's kids books, the egg one, and then the huge one. I saw and I got so the nostalgia and I don't think I ever finished them, but I remember those. But yeah, I almost got the Italian one, but I decided not to. It was cool because it had a lot of Italian phrases and vocabulary, but it almost, I feel would have been, it's almost better if you're actually in Italy and having to find a certain phrase to say. But if I'm gonna try to learn Italian, I don't think it's the best. Let's go home, and I think I'm going to figure out what books I'm going to read in the month of December, aka the last books in 2025, which is very exciting. I think I'm only gonna read 2 or 3. It's not a huge reading goal. I've already completed my goal of the year, so we're just chilling. So we'll see what we have when we get home and what I decide to do. Okay, so I just got home. I realized that I left my actual camera at work, which is fine. So we're just gonna do it on my phone today. It's no big deal, but if the audio is a little bit different, that's why. So the books that I am going to read in the book of December, I said earlier it's probably only going to be 3, maybe 4, depending on how the month goes. I have already completed my reading goal. I originally had set my reading goal for the year to be 7 books. And that was mostly because last year was the first year that I really started to read, and I very much so did that. So I reset it to 25 books, which I have also beat. I think the book that I'm reading or about to start that you'll see in a second will be my 34th of the year. So I am very happy with everything I've read this year. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm doing it for fun, even if, I wasn't completing my reading goal, who cares? I read books this year. So if you do have a reading goal, I highly encourage you to just read for fun and not go through the whole month of December okay, speed read, because then you're not going to enjoy it as much. So anyways, that's me momming. I'm done now. So these are the books I'm going to read in the month of December. So the first book, which is the third in a trilogy, which I am so excited to complete, is A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. I am so excited. The previous book ended on such a cliffhanger. If you have never heard of this series, you need to read it. It is a YA fantasy. Honestly, every time I try to explain it to my husband, it's very difficult to explain, but it's really good. You just have to check it out. A lot of people, after they read the first book, are kind of iffy, but the second book is so good. So the thing with these books is I never know what's going to happen next. You seriously never know. And I speed through them really fast. So this is kind of a sad but excited first one because I don't want the series to end, but I know it's going to be really good. So, and this is actually the UK version of the book cover, because I just think they're so much cuter. But in the US, they look completely different. So if you're looking for this, it looks very different. Anyways, so that's number one. Very excited. Number two is going to be one that I am super excited about, but also very scared. Here's why. One of my friends who actually works in publishing gave me this as a gift, and it is gorgeous. It's a Rebecca Yarros, who, if you don't know who this author is, she's the one that wrote the Fourth Wing series. So, love. And look at how beautiful these edges are. It's gorgeous. And then this is the front. She gave me this and said, I'm very excited for you, but bring tissues, and good luck. So I'm scared, but I am very, very excited, and I am very grateful that I got this from her. But yeah, I'm excited. I've never read a book with sprayed edges, so it's just really fun. But yeah, if you've never read Fourth Wing, highly recommend. But this is the next one. So depending on how this goes, where my emotions are at by the end of this, I am either going to read my TBR jar challenge book, which I'm not going to say what it is in this video because you have to go to the other one to figure it out. So that's a surprise, but I'm either going to read that one, or if I'm really sad, I'm gonna go to the Baby Dragon Cafe because, I mean, she's going to be simple. She's not going to be crazy. So I think that this, after this, will probably be what happens, especially because my TBR jar challenge book is the first in a series, and I might want to continue. Actually, no, it's a duology, so that's perfect. So I might want to just read the next one right after, or I'll be like, okay, I'll just put the second one in the TBR jar. We'll see. This is the stack right now, and the reason I don't have the other book is because my TBR jar challenge is ones that I get from the library. So I pick the title of a book out of a jar, and that's the next one I get from the library. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, highly recommend. But yeah, so these are the ones that will be for December, possibly more. Maybe I'll only read one of them. We'll never know. But this is what I have. If you guys are currently trying to read any books by the end of this month / this year, I would love to hear about it down below. I hope you guys are having a great, great day, and I hope to see you guys next time for another video. Bye, everybody.